Just a little of improvement, and let's call it breakfast. We don't have it on enter, we have to actually click on each button. Just a little of the styling, but yeah, now it still works. Took a lot of breakfast, exercise. That's it. We're actually done. And there you have it, your very own habit tracker built with React.js. We covered state management, event handling, dynamic rendering, all while building something useful. Stay with me, you will see the end result very much soon and the explanation how it was implemented. Thank you so much for watching. So overall, you have this import, you have a structure of your function, which is a whole component, and export. That's a high level of the structure. So for the simplicity, we can do something like this. We can collapse everything so it doesn't look overwhelming. I think this way it looks very simple. So on a high level, it looks like this. Import your own function, which is component itself, and it's exporting of the function. That's the high level logic. Let's expand it a bit. Now we have two states, setting many habits, so a bulk way, and setting a new habit one by one. So that's actual value, and that's a function to update that value. It's useState, it's a hook for managing the state within your component by React. We're setting initial value of empty array and here empty string. That's for this line. Next we have add habit, which is function, which is checks for the condition if a new habit is not an empty string, which we'll be using there when we're adding. We use this set habits function, which basically use previous habits, dispose it here with the spread operator, each of the habit, and then sets it in the structure of the object, which is for the name, we add a new habit, the string value by this function, and we add a string, which will be 0. And the next line, set new habit, empty line, it just clears out this input value field. Let's close that one, collapse it. Increment string. This is basically incrementing the string on the right. Takes index as a function. Use updated habits, which is basically just a variable only available inside of this function here. Disperse spreads all the habits inside another array. And what do? We access each of the habit by this index and increment this index to 1, which is basically adding to the previous one. If it was right now it's 7, now it's 8, now it's 9. That's exactly this logic. And at the end of, we have this updated habits constant. We just have that number. We use set habits to update this string value. We don't mess with the previous values. We just update only string value inside. That's what it does. And the return statement, basically JSX, HTML elements with JavaScript logic. So let's do it also incrementing one by one, opening one by one. So we have div, should be one component inside the return. We cannot do two components at the same time. Just adding some styling. Inside that styling, we have h1, habit tracker, we have input field. So over here, right in the middle, we have button for the add habit. We have list, unordered list over here, which is updating. For the input, we're providing value of your new habit. We have onChange, we have styling for the button of the add habit. Of course, we have a logic of add habit, which is this one, some styling and some text. And we have a list to showcase, which is a little bit of logic, but it's not that so scary. We just use our habits array. Remember all the habits inside. We will map it. We'll take each habit and each of its own index of its habit. First index, second index, they are all indexed. We will return in these lines, we will return li, we'll style a bit, but this li, this one li is just every item with its own index. Inside we will return the name, for example coffee, and this text, which is just text string, and the value of that habit string, which is 9. Nearby we will just place another button, this one, on click we will use increment string logic, this one, we will style a bit and write the text, add string. You can watch full video in the description or in the pinned comment below. It's still on my YouTube channel. Thank you.